Definitely not. It's not a fun time. It's definitely a hard format. You don't get many chances. You get one chance in the showdown. So let's see how this plays out. Astralis, they're going to be on the T side to begin with. Complexity on the CT side. I don't think we've casted this new Astralis, have we? We've seen them play, but I think you and I have casted with Borb and Stare playing around. So that's going to be interesting.
Well, let's have a look then. It's going to be a mid push coming in from Astralis here. They've got smokes, molotovs, flashes, and we've got Buzz on the B side as well. So a B split looking likely here. The smoke towards the top or middle. Molotov towards the back of construction as well. So this looks to be that B split. And Floppy to defend as he gets that first frag. Make it a double. He's mowing them down here. A monstrous play from Floppy and a clean sweep from Complexity as they shut down any efforts there from Astralis. Beautiful stuff.
What the hell just happened?
I don't know. How did Floppy barely take any damage there?
You know what's the most absurd part of it is he never looks up. They're flying above his head and he just keeps it at a level height. Like he's not even looking up into the sky, which how do you not do that? Like almost, I think your muscles would betray you normally. You would have to look up because you see the shadow, you know they're jumping on top of you. That's actually surreal. What a surreal start.
Well, Floppy sets the tone. What a sequence to kick things off. Astralis get nothing done in the pistol, and they have nothing to work with in round number 2 here. Glocks across the board, no armor, no nades, and they want to test him once again. 3 kills in the previous round. He could be on for the ace here. The solo hold of the M4 from Floppy.
That'd be a nice way to get started, wouldn't it? Just to get him activated. I think Floppy's been playing very well in this team up until now, so excited to see it. You said the ace could be there. He's doing his best, running out of bullets.
Close.
But it's another triple, and you'll still take it, of course. A couple of casualties here. Don't want a third one. 2, you can kind of brush that aside, but
I don't know. Considering how it was going,
oh, you got a strict standard to uphold here.
I think so. Considering you get 3 opening frags, the fact you lose 2 in total,
that's probably true in light of that.
It's a little bit troublesome, but either way, clean start here.
Go back to the pistol round. I would say if you replayed that round from the point in time when Astralis have all those people in the middle, I would say 8 out of 10 times Astralis win that round because it's such a powerful position. So I don't know. It's a bit crazy, but it's all in the past now. We've got 8
really
out.
We've got to move on, and Bora, he's putting his best foot forward here. Lovely first shots towards the B bomb side. He gets grim, but it's exchanged quickly here. JT combative towards the scaffolding. He'll find device as well. They've got lots of little tricks here. One-way central on Vertigo, and it's up to Stare. New Boy trying to answer back here, but nothing he can do. Man advantage for Complexity as they look to hold on to their streak of rounds here. 1 minute 20. Buzz is low, 37 points of health. We've got Blame F, in-game leader, working towards the ladder. So limping into a B split potentially here, Anders.
It could be done. Ooh. Is that meant to go a little bit further over?
No, I think it's to allow him to contact in towards the B side.
Fair enough. Just looked like an awkward bounce, but you know what? You might be right. Does create a bit of a wall for him to walk past. Flame F, good in the middle, but unfortunately loses the bomb in that sequence. If he got that second kill on Holzerk, it would have been quite a different experience. Now it's Buzz. Whatever you do, don't walk off the side of the building. It's not what you want to experience, but yeah, he's got 40 seconds. This round can still be won. It's not going to be easy. Spots one player there in JT, and yeah, he has to go back and pick up the bomb somehow. Doesn't realize, I think, that Holzerk's pushed up behind him. So good movement, good play from Holzerk, and a good round overall. No bomb plant either being allowed for, so Astralis going to be in a bit of a weird position.
Strong as you like. Complexity looking very, very strong to kick things off here. There's JT using the one-way. Elise with stronghold. Holzerk in towards middle, winning out the duels. And then he closes things out as well. 3-0. Bear in mind, this is the pick of Astralis, and Complexity look unbelievably good on Overpass right now. So if they can actually provide a win here on Overpass, that could be enough to take the series. It's a great start. Up against the half-buy right now. Tech 9s for Astralis. Block the device, saving up the AWP going forward. And smokes down. In towards middle. We'll see flashes as they're trying to send Buzz in towards B. That's a flashbang for the B bomb site. But not really much you can do. That was the window to try and strike. Yeah. Bit of a fake, and they'll be focusing their efforts towards the A ramp elsewhere. Good kills found. Buzz actually did strike with the Tech 9 towards B.
This is awkward for Elige. Yeah, good to fall back behind the cover of the sandbags at the very least. He's still going to get traded, and look at Grimm's health. This is a 2-on-2, really only by the numbers, because Holzerk might almost have to play this on his own now. That's still doable, of course. Molotov, maybe a bit early. There's still a minute on the clock, so maybe just wait until you actually hear the plant.
I guess with the smoke down, he was assuming to be walking into the site itself, but they've got a second smoke. That's been deployed at this stage. 2-on-2, 40 seconds.
Device. Bomb.
Yeah, well, he's starting to apply some pressure here.
This is real interesting. Grim kind of in front, but the bomb is all the way over at the B bomb side right now. Smoke's going to be fading. Let's see how quick Device is going to be on the trigger here. Grim right on the other side and a bullet away from death, so going to be real careful. Device walking up. Grim has the better timing. It could never worked out better.
So, Device suggesting it could be the A finish, but it's Borup with the fake plant as well. Actually working out for him. Takes down Holzerk, 1 versus 1 Grim. Bear in mind, 7 points of health here. And there is time to plant, but he'd have to fully commit to it.
Ooh, and actually Grim had to run away. He was afraid he was going to get run down. You're right, he left himself enough time, and he's going to find the shot. That's a very well played 1 versus 2. He did everything. He used every single second in that one. Really well done.
The fake plant, bit of a stroke of genius there. The high HP player as well commits, tries to deny the plant. It all goes wrong, and it will be a pretty remarkable 2 versus 1. Borup delivers, and this is where it all starts. Bear in mind, this was a bit of B fake. They flashed in towards the B side front middle, allowing Buzz to get a kill. Went back in towards A, bided their time and made sure they capitalized in the 2 versus 2. Grim low HP, couldn't do anything about it. That's a massive win for Astralis. They know it as well. We're back into the action though. A difficult buy for Complexity considering the success they've had so far. The full investment has led them to an AWP, a single SMG in the form of Grim's MP9, and 3 pistols here. A bit slow around from Astralis is once again trying to get control of the key parts of the map. Any B steps as Grim gives up the fact he's got the SMG on that side of the map. We are seeing Complexity now trying to regain control of the A ramp. JT and Holzerk coordinating themselves in towards sandbags. JT at the crane, and Astralis, they've sacrificed control, so their next move will probably be their last, Anders. Looking likely to be a B split once again.
Yeah, and the setup, I mean, given where Complexity are on the map right now, that's probably going to work out fairly well. Oh, that's not ideal. With head armor on board, so he's taking a lot of damage for it, but I still think it's going to be fine. They're coming up the stairs on the other side with the bomb, so they should be able to find a bomb plant almost for free. Yeah, maybe. They're kind of a little bit slower than I was expecting here. Is the MP9 going to try and run it down? They're hearing the bomb plant on the other side, but they don't want to go through. Don't want to be funneled on the right-hand side because the smoke is right there. And there's going to be another smoke down. That's pretty devastating. Behind it, there's another smoke even and a Molotov. So they can hold on to this for a real long time. Eventually, Complexity will have to just push through this and try and get the job done. And they will. Flashed in. It's Grim to get the opening on the retake.
Here we go. This retake is actually looking pretty precarious for Astralis. Device needs to hit some bangers here, and he is delivering on all fronts. Pushes Complexity back, secures the round. Mission impossible has been completed, Anders. He's got the job done.
That's beautiful. That's really, really important.
Yeah, that was actually looking quite scary. Complexity with the momentum behind those MP9s, pushing in towards the side. There wasn't a kit, to say the least, but still, Astralis will be posting their second round. As I said, Device had to hit a few shots in a row here to secure this one. Beautiful shot on JT here. This one is confirmed the round as well. Could have actually lined up for him. As we see them enter round number 6 with the saved AWP. Bear in mind, there was a force buy in the previous round, and they had a Holzerk AWP. They at least take that into the next round with an AK-47 as well, so not all is lost. Could still win this round.
Yeah, Holzerk's not to be underestimated. Device. It's cool to see him warm up the AWP early. You want to see that. We've seen a couple of games in the past where Holzerk's really hitting those flicks, and he might get a chance here early on. He's got some backup. There's a push in the middle. Checking every corner of Borup with a gun just showing, and I think that gives it away. A little bit of an AK shot coming out. He walks right into the AWP. He did not realize it was going to be there. 3-man pushed in the middle, and Complexity get the early kill.
Yeah, nice little bait and switch towards middle. Astralis respond with a B push of their own, and for now, the round on a knife said it's a 4-on-2 in favor of Complexity, but here comes the utility, smoking the right-hand side of generators. Blame F trying to dissect the bomb site, allow Device to focus on just the left-hand side. Plan needs to come through, but probably need a kill first.
They're going to go straight for it. Different position for the bomb plant, which is a little bit interesting. I think that could be an issue if you're going to be defending it from the stairs later on. You might have to walk really deep up to try and stop a defuse, but we'll see how that plays out. Speaking of defuses, Henry, there's no kit in play right now, so Complexity, they have to be a little bit rushed. There is a flank, I think, coming in as well, so if that works, it's going to be fine. BlameF, he goes down first, Devices on his own, and he knew it. He had the right read, but just doesn't have quite the accuracy to take down JT. So, 10-second defuse, all good. Complexity going to get a 4th round.
Quite a compelling one as well. That was the saved AK and AWP as well. They were very active towards middle. At the start of the round, normally you'll have one T-side player, then your default just providing utility, supportive grenades, usually towards construction, and flashes in towards B. They hunt him down with the 2 saved weapons, and then at that point, the snowball. Good backstabs coming towards the B bomb site. Astralis, an uncomfortable plan. The 4-on-2 doesn't work in their favor. If BlameF maybe connects the spray on the first encounter towards Generator, could have been a different round, but still a buy here for Astralis, but an uncomfortable one. They've got Stare down to a Galil. Buzz with no utility whatsoever. Send 3 players outside B for now. Stare just showing some presence. We've got the Molotov that lands on construction here. You can follow it up with smoke as well to take vision away completely. They have got some basic mid control now.
I like it. I think mid portion of the map is so important for the T side, and I think more and more teams starting to recognize that as well. Speaking of Stage, got 0 kills at the moment. Still, it's early on, but obviously you want to see him get involved in the game a little bit more. The rest of the team doing a little bit to help out.
So Floppy has confirmed the middle is clear. He just went for the face check. They needed information, so they will rotate another player over towards A, presumably. But they're just ducking and weaving here. Astralis thinking better of it. They were setting up for an A attack, and Grim's got a very strong position. Floppy to take the aggro. This could be 3 kills for Grim right now.
It really could, especially because I think there's going to be a Molotov drop right on top, and you said it, Henry. 3 kills just like that. The prophecy fulfilled once again. Stare's going to get his first kill of the map for himself, but he's in a 1 versus 4, so not necessarily the most enviable position.
Some textbook Counter-Strike they're at.
It is.
Utilizing the positional control that they've given up to you there. They haven't applied much pressure elsewhere on the map. You've got this amazing setup where Floppy's just got the incendiary. Looks like he's playing for information only. And then Grim in this unbelievable position. So much power behind it. And once the aggro is taken, they swing together, trying to trade. And Grim mows them down there. Doesn't get much better than that. Stare will have no choice but to save. He does find his first frag at least. 1 and 6. But Complexity up 5 and 2. Overall, with 4 players surviving as well. This is a beautiful performance so far. After winning the pistol and getting up 3 and 0, they've only given up 2 rounds since. Here's the replay. Nothing too flashy in the grand scheme of things, but in terms of the setup,
doesn't have to be, right?
Beautiful Counter-Strike. Exactly. That's why you know it's a good play.
Yeah.
When you don't have to work too hard to get 3 frags like that. Really, really nice stuff.
5-2 in favor of Complexity. Yeah, this is really starting to look a little bit serious for Astralis, you have to say.
And just to note as well, I wonder what happens to change the mind of Astralis. They got full mid control at the start of the round. They went back towards A ramp of all 5 players. Stare, okay, with 4. Stare was holding towards B. They were progressing up the ramp, and something changed. A call was made, and everyone hightailed it back towards B.
Yeah, I wonder.
Into that crazy setup. So they didn't have anything working towards B. They didn't have any steps control. Stare was just holding the pushes. I just wonder what bit of information was given over to make that decision to fall back. But I guess we'll never know. As Stare saves the AK-47, it's eco, to be honest with you, and there's not even a half buy here. We've got some Kevlar for BlameF, and that is about it.
Hard to convince yourself there's going to be an exciting round from Astralis' point of view. Obviously, some deagle shots to begin with can change that outcome.
Yeah.
But for the way that the round is looking at the moment, doesn't feel like it. Elige getting a chance to get some action over on the
yeah,
he hasn't bored a little bit.
Been tested too much so far, but rising to the occasion here, ladies and gents. Hat trick from Mr. Elige. Nice, precise couple of headshots to kick things off. That's the round concluded. Just the finer details to settle now as he's on for the ace. We've had a lot of aces this tournament.
Yeah, we had 3 in one game, I remember. And then it's possible Elise here swings in for it, and he's got it. It's a little bit of an easier ace to pick up, and you know, we'll credit him nonetheless. That's really cool. And it's something you would hate to see if you're on Astralis side. You don't want Elise warmed up at all.
Not so early on your map pick as well, with Overpass. Waiting in the doldrums as well, Anders. That is a big deal. Like, they've proven themselves to be a real potent force on that map. That was really nice, wasn't it? This was the ace. Like, sure, it's against the eco, but you're right. A statement round, showing the kind of form he's in right now, ready to start firing on all cylinders.
It's the kind of scoreboard that I want to see out of Complexity. Floppy, Grim, and Elige top tracking. That's perfect. It can't get any better than that. Buzz trying to sneak through, but Floppy's there to catch him, unfortunately, so no entrance. And now this A-ramp push, it has to work pretty quickly because they lost control on the entire other side of the map. So either they punch through this wall, or they're in a really bad spot.
Well, Complexity have done a great job so far. Opening pick, applying a lot of pressure with the utility as well. Stifling presence towards short here at the A-bomb side. You can see Elige not giving it up for free either. Another incendiary deployed, and that should have been a kill. Elige lucky to be alive as well. Fumbled it somewhat, but still alive. Everything okay. See the perfect incendiary. They flushed them out, and now Grim with the backstab as well. He's probably not looking out for these. He's found the bomb as well. Oh, that's so unfortunate on the timing. Blame F will get him.
Yeah, it's a bit of a knife's edge when you're doing this kind of pushes. Are you so slow you don't have an impact, or are you so quick that you run into something like that? And now there's a real opening. Device somehow finds the headshot on Floppy in the back there with the deagle. Now it's a 3-on-3. The bomb has made its way to the bomb site. Elige in a good position of the spray. It looks solid as he takes down Device. Still blame F and Borob on the other side. And this could be a 1 round for Astralis. And no, oh my god, the boost up on top. They know someone else is there. They're going to smoke it up again.
Well, this round has collapsed. Complexity with the opening 2 kills, a 5-on-3 in their favor. A little bit too much aggression has led them to a 2-on-2 where they don't actually have the advantage anymore. Halsuk will bring it back to a 1 versus 1. Needs to operate quickly here. He does so, and very precisely as well, Anders. That is a beautiful little sequence. Thanks his lucky stars as he defuses the bomb as well. Plenty of time to spare. Got the kit. 3 kills in total. And 100 HP to boot as well. 7-2 as Complexity steal the round away once again.
Sick move from Borb to walk through the smoke, obviously, but yeah, also just too much to deal with in the round.
Yeah, well, Device did a nice shot here with the Desert Eagle. Like we said, a 5-on-3. They brought it right back to the 1 versus 1, but Halsuk finding that strong form we know him for. A little bit quieter on in the tournament, but this is looking great now. 7-2. Bomb planted. Lost bonus, fully online as well. So they do have AKs across the board here. In terms of the frag distribution for Astralis, at the top, it's going to be Device 7 and 8. At the bottom is Stare Still with 1 and 8. So individuals haven't really turned up just yet. 2 rounds to their name after losing the pistol. Early days, they could still win the half, technically, so we'll give them some time.
Does feel like there's something rotten in the state of Denmark at the moment.
Yes, suppose you
getting that rare Counter-Strike and Shakespeare crossover that we're all looking for, Henry, in the morning, you know. So round number 10 that we're looking at.
Here it is.
Yeah, this is... there's not much to criticize about Complexity. They're doing all the work that you would want. Occasionally they're losing maybe a little bit of mid-control, but it hasn't been too devastating. They make up for it. A-ramp looks really solid. They've got nice B holds. And they're also, I guess they're more on the B-bomb side that you normally see. This double setup, a lot of the time you're playing solo B when you're anchoring the site and you know, the other player is in the middle somewhere, but they seem to be doing just fine. Grim will get the opening. Good little return for Borob, and he sees an opportunity. He wants to see if he can really open this up. If he can get the kill, Halsuk is the only other player that's nearby in the middle, and there's Borob. Nicely done. Double kill for him. Oh, but Halsuk, just as the smoke popped, going to be able to take him down.
Finally, Astralis have a man advantage here, and time to work with. A minute on the clock. Still with a smoke and a flash available to them. Stare. Hold patiently towards Xbox. They should have the kill on Elige. How's he hit that? That's sick. And he brings it back to a 2-on-2.
Elige is absolutely locked into this game. That's a big problem for Astralis. No question about it. He's ready for another one there. Oh, the spray. It should have worked. He should have had that kill. Probably easier than the other one that he picked up. But Device just somehow a little bit too quick on the trigger. And now it's Holzer. Flick doesn't connect. Device lucky to be alive. The Molotov might just get rid of him. Oh, but lands another headshot. Disgusting sequence for Device.
Well, that's what it takes to get around on the board. Absolutely everything they had in their tank, but they get it over the line. Third round established. Astralis will force a pause out of complexity at the very least. I love that little move from Grim being flashed in by Floppy. Only good with a single trade, and Borup as well spotted the gap, saw the grenades being deployed from the default area, and managed to get a very important frag in towards that B-bomb site. Gave him the advantage, and I'm seeing something interesting here. Borup's gone for the MP7 in round number 11 here. Definitely had enough to purchase more.
It's a rare sight.
And I guess we've talked about helmets all week long. We're on day 9, and as you can believe that. Yeah, helmets are the first thing to go, and the money's slightly tight. You're taking a timeout, discussing your options. So they've got 2 players. There were 3. 2 players of our helmets, so that's going to be Grim and JT. So look out for their interactions with Borup. MP7, not a very popular weapon, but a few players use it, and it has the same sort of run and gun potential to Mac 10 with a bit more damage behind it. Lower rate of fire.
Yeah, Nuts, someone that will pick it up more often than most. But yeah, I can't think of too many other players that really will favor it.
Chris J loved it.
Chris J used to love it, yeah?
Yeah.
Good point. That almost is the list, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we'll see what he does. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt and see if he can find an entry. In the middle he goes, putting a lot of pressure on. Either way, this is just... It's still good T-side, you know, laying the groundwork of putting the CTs a little bit on edge.
So this is the Molotov towards short. Flushes any CTs out just before you start working your way out towards the ramp. Pulls out with the one way down at the sandbags position. So Borup waiting for the call. Molotov goes down, and here we go. The Q to slowly but surely push through, and Playmath all the meanwhile will be finding a pick, an important one in the form of a lead as a 5-on-4. Another opening frag here. 40 seconds, looks likely to be the A finish, and they're going to be committing right here, right now.
Also, oh wow, he's not even ready. He did not see that coming. Device charges through, pierces the bomb site, and there's nothing left.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Not giving them the telegraph cues of the execution. The smokes going down first. The Molotovs just utilizing the fact they've got a 5-on-4. Rotations will be clambering around the map. Walk up together, trade out, and find an exposed bomb site there. So beautiful stuff there from Device. Great crosshair placement, and a great round overall. It all started with a Blame F pick towards middle, so just slowing it right down, and didn't really take any damage en route. 2 players that survived, though, Floppy and Grim.
I think it was quite the plan for Complexity, because they weren't just pushing middle with the leash, they were also pushing out of the B bomb site with Floppy and Grim. So I think they made a call across the team saying just hold back on A, we'll try and push mid and B, and then we'll find out what's happening. And it could have actually worked, except for the fact that Astralis execute onto the A bomb site before anyone even finds out anything. And obviously Elise dies in the middle, but I still think I do like the idea of having a more engaged CT side here, rather than just sitting back at the back of bomb sites waiting. So I don't really mind Complexity trying this. Sometimes it'll blow up in your face, but I still think it's a good idea.
So 2 saved M4s, but a conservative round otherwise. They don't really invest anything in round number 12. Building the funds and resources for the future. Just a P2000 for a lead here. Senses a lot of the Astralis players on the other side here be right in thinking so. Molotovs being deployed. Vaulting up and towards the crane. Stair would be very happy to receive these eco frags if possible. So far, so good, but then Floppy arrives at that M4. Makes things a little bit more uncomfortable. There's Grim as well. He drops the bomb. A 2-on-2 ensues. Grim, smoke M4 and armor. Pulls out full eco. Bomb recovered, and the round resets.
Could see Device, he took an extra second to line up the shot, and he still missed it. Oh my god. He's moving. That is a good flick on the hole zone. Not that he had much to fight back with, really. I think he just had a pistol. It's on Grim. Now, I would say Grim has the kind of skills that could definitely win a round like this, but he's got to be real careful. Buzz is there. He just edges him out. shallow peek if I've ever seen one. And now it's Borup on the other side. And how pressured is he feeling? Grim is hoping that he feels stressed enough that he's going to go and take a look on that side, but he's just fallen back. He's actually slipped the net, and now I think Borup is in a much better position. See Grim. He's checking. He'd love to find him on the bomb side. He doesn't have any more nades, and there's the lineup for it. Borup able to take him down. He's been good in some of these tight rounds.
Yeah.
But that's close. They almost lose the round.
Borup's playing these sort of situations to perfection. We heard in the interviews that Device, Blamef were excited to have him in. They rate him highly as a player, and yeah, I can see the potential. He's not new to the scene, of course. Previously part of Heroic, wasn't one of the household names, I would say. We all knew he was there, but didn't really talk about him too much back in the day.
Is it Covenant and Flames later on, I think?
Yes, exactly.
Before they folded.
But yeah, they from what I'm seeing, the internal clock, the understanding of these clutch scenarios, how to thread the needle, puncture a bomb site, like he's been doing some great work out there. So round 13, Complexity make the eco a little uncomfortable for Astralis, but overall they're getting back into this one slowly but surely. This was the attempt of Floppy there. His teammates went down. Beautiful shot from Buzz. And then Borup coming out on top in the 1 versus 1. Speaking of Borup, he's going to try his luck once again towards B. Trade for now as Blamef will give them the lead. They seem to be finding the majority of their success towards B now. It was actually going the other way to kick things off here. This flashbang from Stab. Surely that's the round, but 2 players are very low for Astralis here.
Yeah, if they know, I guess they definitely know that Stair is low, because he would have seen the dink there, Elige. It's always fun if you have a grenade or something, but Astralis have called for a freeze across the map. They really don't want to be losing any more players here, and I think that's wise when you got this much time on the clock. You don't have to rush anything. You can just wait around and see if the CTs are going to be showing up, and it feels like at least JT is feeling curious for the moment. It's been a bit of a rough start for JT, but in the past Complexity games, he actually has had a lot of impact, I would say.
Yeah, his individual form, honestly, has been very impressive. I've really enjoyed his contributions. We'll see if he can do anything about this. It was actually not a bad position, to be honest with you. Maybe he could get a couple of frags, considering how low they were, but that should be the round. Horns are in a position to sabotage their efforts. They come at him one by one, you never know, and yeah, they're trying to make sure they don't give anything away here. A sigh of relief for Astralis. Hulzerk, the way he's playing right now, certainly had the potential to win that round, but he is silenced early on.
And I think good, you know, fundamental Counter-Strike theory coming out from Astralis. When they're going back to that A-ramp, they send Stair in first. He's so low on health. Why wouldn't you sacrifice your low health player to find out whether... Now, he does live. I don't even know how he lived through JT's FAMAS. But obviously, if there is some kind of wild setup, if there's an AWP waiting with Hulzerk, why would you sacrifice one of the 2 players you have left with 100 HP? Send in a low health player, find out what's going on. That's what they did. So, good stuff.
So, another eco for Complexity, focusing their efforts towards middle this time, and they might be onto something. This couple of kills could be going in their favor. Well, apparently not. Blamef is there to pick up the pieces. There was a moment, an opportunity to find the first couple of kills there, but the aim punch, a brutal spray, and it will be Blamef to pretty much secure the round. I say pretty much because this one does have some potential to get a little bit wacky. Not anymore. JT has been found out. Floppy remains, and he's on the wrong side of the map.
He must have been spotted from the second player deeper on the ramp.
Yeah.
I felt like they suddenly realized there's a moment there where maybe it could have turned out differently. Floppy is alone. What are your thoughts on the P2000, Henry? I think Elijah's using it.
It's not as popular as it used to be. Never was.
Is there a good reason why?
I guess it's just a silencer, right? Like, it's just too powerful. Like, the stat difference is minimal between the 2 pistols. Like, it's just down to feel, I suppose, and the fact it's silenced is just a deciding factor. That silenced USP feels too damn good and satisfying to tap with.
I think it's the satisfaction that makes me choose it over any mechanical or any differences like that. I just feel like it feels more cool. Yeah,
I think the element of stealth, getting those long-range one-taps, and
having
a split second as well before they work out where you are. That would be the headline reason. But round 15, ladies and gentlemen, it was looking so good for Complexity. They were up 7-2, but they've now sacrificed 5 rounds in a row. Blamef entering the A-bomb side with emphatic pace here. Spots one towards the crane, and he is not slowing down for anyone, deploying the initial utility as he opens up that first frag. Astralis on top, but not for long. Ozark steals one away, but it's back to a 3-on-3. And that should reset the round as Borup will try his luck towards mid.
That's a very quick trade back and forth. Just 4 people dying on that A ramp, and yeah, leaves it in a curious position here. Floppy been good on the defense so far, but he's not ready for this one. Doesn't even get a chance to fire the gun. He's going to be out of it. Device sneaking in on the other side. Also, he could have been dead, but instead he gets it back. The bomb is making its way there because that B bomb's actually already being held. Buzz is already just holding this position, so Borup can get a clean bomb plant, and it's going to be a tough retake. But Complexity have no choice, right? It's the 15th round, so obviously they're going to go for it. And they do have some grenades.
Welcomed grenades for sure. Final round, 2-on-2. Ozark AWP, 2 kills to his name so far. Both players coming in from the elevator position. That slow approach, you can see just going to be setting up flashbangs here, hoping for a quick opening frag.
Yeah, here comes the flash. That might be enough for it, actually. It's pretty good. Buzz, a little bit panicked, but Borup comes in to help out. That's a way to spend a Friday. It's beautiful. He called him that stare guy and said that he was nervous. Now, first of all, I like that they've called him a stare guy. Like, he doesn't even know who he is. Like, he's like, I don't care about this person at all. And he's nervous, and I'm going to take him down. He starts with Device in this one, Elige. He's playing very well at the moment. He's got 13 kills, 12 of them in the first half. Starting off the pistol here. They did sort of get in the slot here. Complexity need to pick it up again. Floppy back with the headshots. He got 3 in the pistol round in the opening half, and a double here to almost cement the round. Stairs sending bullets into the void. Nothing connecting on that side.
This couldn't be going any better for Complexity if they tried. A 5-on-2. Lovely little mid-split there. A bit of a classic. The Molotov towards construction. Smoke down CT spawn. A single flash required. Push through elevators. Get that bomb down. Really difficult to manage for the USPs. And the Glocks come out on top. Just trying to hold on to the little they have. The crumbs. As Stare will be... He's getting a frag here. Every kill he gets is $300, so that's what he can make of it, but ultimately Complexity tie things up. And bear in mind, they had, what, the 7-2 lead in the first half of their CT campaign. They end up with just 7 in total. So giving up 6 rounds in a row towards the end didn't feel good on their CT side, but winning the pistol here, a reset for them. And Complexity winning the pistol, of course, will be up against the Force Buy here. MP9s can be so deadly on Vertigo. Lots of narrow choke points and ratty angles. A couple of deagles otherwise. We'll see what Complexity can make of it. They've got 3 rifles, a UMP, and a MAC-10.
I myself love a good rat position. There's nothing more satisfying than just finding the nerdiest angle you can come up with and getting one of those kills.
Yeah.
It makes it better for me if I know that the opponent's also a little bit tilted by,
Oh yeah, you can make it a one-way
adds
with
to
the
the
smoke as well.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the way to do it. That's how you get under their skin. As we're boosting a player up here towards B. 4 players on this side of the map, and they'll be deploying the left and right smokes for generators, Molotov down. And bear in mind, with this Force Buy, they've opted for a bit of an A stack here. So this round's pretty much
It's done.
over.
Yeah, call it quits. I don't even mind. Just don't even get in there with the deal. Why throw it away? You're not going to accomplish anything. So just start to fall back and see if you can do it again next round. And for Complexity, fair play. They find an empty bomb site. You've got to give them some credit for that as well.
Yeah.
You've mentioned many times, we've been mostly impressed by their T-sides Complexity. So I guess in that light, maybe it's not such a bad scoreline.
It's just the way it went down. If it was like a really back and forth game, Knives Edge, you'd be thinking, yeah, absolutely, that would be true. But it's 6 rounds in a row.
Yeah.
It felt like they just lost control of the game completely. But you're right. They are known for their T-side. They've got enough to work with here. Just considering the position they were in. It's just to note as well, it's the pick of Astralis. So the fact that they're making this one exciting, competitive game, we think the second map is locked in for them. Now let's just talk about that third map of Nuke as well. We saw in the veto.
Yes.
I'm not sure if you caught it, ladies and gents, but in the veto, it was, what, Blamef and the coach, whose name eludes me right now.
Castle, yes.
Castle, that's it. They jumped for joy when it was confirmed that Nuke was the map picked. Now,
they were very excited.
What do you take from that? Why would they be thinking, wow, that's the best news that's ever happened? We've got Nuke. Have they anti-strat Complexity? Have they worked out the ultimate battle plan against them?
I don't know, but I can only think of ways that it
They
can
look way
backfire.
too happy because, like,
One is, what if you never get there? You look like clown.
you get 2-0.
What if you get there and you lose it? You know, it's like so many. But I love it. I wish more teams would do something like, because it does make it very interesting to watch. You know, now everyone's a bit intrigued. So I'm all for it. I'm happy they did it. You know, maybe
You're happy they celebrate.
Yeah, happy.
Okay.
You know,
All right.
I want some more investment into it. I wish more teams would show up and say,
emotional vetoes.
yeah, exactly.
Could be the future. Like we'd never really got anything out of them in the past. But let's see what Buzz can get out of this Desert Eagle. First shot won't connect. Maybe I went a bit too hard on that one. But it will be the opening kill, unfortunately. For Complexity, Astralis, this force by not growing too well for them. As that's another open B bomb site.
Yeah,
It looks to be the same outcome here.
very similar experience. Probably thinking that if Buzz gets the first eagle shot on like a random person, then they won't think it's an A stack any longer. They go back and, you know, there's probably some mind game going on there, but it doesn't really matter now.
Oh, but a deja vu here. Feels like the exact same round with an early kill thrown in. So a save once more, I'm afraid. And that does make the situation a bit weird going forward, because it'll be round 3. They'll have money to buy, but they're going to have these MP9s in hand. So
Surely just hold on to them.
yeah, no, absolutely they will. It's just like you were actually saving from the previous round, really, considering you still got the MP9s. But yeah, you're absolutely right. We'll take them. The Eagles as well. That's an interesting one. Device can probably get the AWP. He'll get $2,900 on top of his 3.3k. So yeah, it'll just be an interesting round. They won't be playing like a default CT defense here. They're going for a run boost.
Right as the bomb goes up, it's going to be action movie all the way here. Bomb on the horizon, MP9 just flies in there. I think they deserve more than that. I think they deserve the double or the triple. That would have been beautiful. I like the idea.
If he gets a double kill, I think it makes it to Reddit.
Yeah, probably.
But just a single, maybe not. It was a cool idea, though.
It's not bad. Not bad.
So that answers the question, though. The MP9s, no longer a consideration. We will have the M4s. A device, AWP as well as Complexity take the lead. They are the first to post double digits on their opponent's map pick here. First gun round and a probe in towards B. JT leading the charge. Frantic spray from Buzz. Lucky to even get one. He lost control of that.
I actually think that's such a dilemma that you have to deal with at, you know, you're playing Counter-Strike is how long do you commit to killing someone after a pop flash? And there is definitely a cutoff limit. You see it both with sprays like that, but you also see it when people try to like swing wide. It's like you swing a little bit, you almost maybe see someone, you keep swinging, and suddenly you're dead because you've way overstayed your welcome. And that felt like, I mean, he probably felt like he had him, and he did, but cost him his life and cost him the bomb site. Might have cost him the round as well, the way this is going. Floppy, Grim, and Holzhoek are still left. Now, there is a kit on Borup, but not that many nades either on Astralis. This retake, even if they're a man-up, is not going to be easy.
They should be winning it. Should being the operative word here. A decent flashbang through the smoke. Good utility deployment so far. Floppy with first contact.
So what a Molotov. Are they going to run into it? They might just step into their own Molotov there. Floppy gets the return, or gets the kill, but then gets returned off on Blamef. Grim and Holzhoek, they're still here. Smoke on top of the bomb. That's a nice little detail, but a spray, it couldn't have been better. Now no diffuse is happening, and Blamef still able to get the shot. They pick up the kit, and they don't have time. I think they might have lost the kit inside of the smoke, because they might have had time otherwise, but they just couldn't quite get it. And Complexity, they win that 3 versus 4 in the afterplant.
That should have been the round.
Yes, it
That
should.
should have been the chance for Astralis to enter this second half, but that's now 4 in a row of Complexity. You said it was going to be a difficult retake here. It all started with this equal trade, but then at that point it was the 4-on-3 advantage. The retake was looking promising. They even had the kit, but there's no time available, and it will be 11-8.
Yeah, I think there was a world if he sort of has the perfect pathing, if he like backpedals into the kit and just starts defusing, he probably could have had it, but
Yeah.
we'll never know. And backseat Counter-Strike is always a bit easier than actually playing the game, you know.
Yeah, in the heat of the moment, and you've got 3 or 4 different people trying to get the information, like telling you where the kit is, and it can get very chaotic very quickly. Let us set it though towards middle from Blame F. That will stack in towards the boosted boxes there, and they've actually got the man advantage once again. Didn't help them out in the previous round. We'll see if they can convert this. Looking for their first round in the second half. It's Buzz posted at the back of the B bomb site here will have to extinguish the Molotov. That's fine though, you can use it to retreat if required, but it's time to fall apart once again. Now they're aware of the potential of Buzz, trying to lock him in with the Molotovs. And the smoke fades, he'll have no cover.
You can wallbang that with the AWP back there, and Holzerk knows it as well. You gotta be careful, Buzz. The smoke fades. Holzerk's not ready. He wasn't expecting it. What a headshot. Beautiful work come out here from Buzz, and he's feeling so inspired by himself that he was ready to go for that one as well. Big device to pick him off, but there's the round that they needed. They do get to keep 3 people alive, including the AWP. They steal 2 AKs, and it's a 9-11 scoreline. So anything can still happen.
Love the ingenuity of the boost at the start, knowing they needed an opening pick and maybe getting a little bit too comfortable in the middle. Beating the tower, the stack. Got that man advantage, this time converting as well. Lovely work from Buzz, I have to say. A lot of tenacity. Didn't get a boatload of frags, but he certainly delayed them. Denied access towards the bomb site itself. And money starting to become a bit of a question mark for Complexity. 2 Galils entering round number 21 here. Device. A trademark position from these back walls of the A ramp.
Surely in a grander scheme for Astralis, a lot of this is about getting Stare and Buzz reps in on land. I think Borup is a little bit more experienced. Even if it's at a slightly lower level, I still think he's got a little bit more experience. But I would say those two need to start to feel more comfortable in the team. I'm actually much less worried about Borup overall in terms of also because I think he's going to be fitting more of a utility role anyway. And I think he's going to do fine in that role. I think it's the other two that need to feel comfortable to be able to stand up to some of these more experienced teams, really. Nice nade. Puts him on that funny number. It's a funny number again.
Yeah, we haven't seen it for a few days. Always a welcomed addition to the broadcast.
It makes people smile. Chip spams in the chat, I'm sure. Something to be able to do.
So, Complexity with a contact play in towards B. It's Buzz once again, the same position, trying to stay alive as long as possible. Did an excellent job before and fights back once again. Does well to even get a single frag there. The grenade, though, that could be enough for a kill. 1 HP on Floppy. Avoids it for now, trying to stay at the back of the pack as the bomb is planted.
Yeah, I thought that grenade was going to get Floppy, but smart play from him to stay out of the range of it. And they're sending Grim with the bomb plant.
A massive round here, Anders. For both teams, fully invested. Lost bonus on the line.
How much can Floppy do with 1 point of health?
He just gets a single kill, that's it. That's enough.
That's all you need? Well, let's see. They might call up his number here. No, there's a nade. They're going to find him. What a start to a retake. Device will follow it up. And now smoke on top of the bomb. That looks so clean. And this time, they don't have any problems with finding kits or anything else.
Yeah.
They go straight for it.
This one is under control. A sigh of relief for Astralis fans here. This one was starting to spiral at one point when they were 7-2 down, but starting to wake up in the second half as well. A very efficient and well done retake there on the B bomb side. It all started with the stair pick as well, just as the smoke went down as well. He swings on a leash. Managed to get that lovely grenade as well on a 1 HP Floppy. And yeah, can't ask for much more than this. Perfectly done. Device with the double spray down at the end. And as mentioned, that was a huge round with financial ramifications attached to it. Desert Eagles across the board for Complexity. Just Grim with some Kevlar here. And just going to try and slow things right down. Try and work picks who offer themselves up. Well, it's going to be a Liege first. Down at the A ramp. Device finds the first frag.
And also, Astralis surviving with 3 members. It doesn't explode the economy on their side, but it does mean they're at least building in the positive direction.
Right.
Which, if you're dreaming of a comeback here for Astralis, that's something to look forward to. But yeah, you're right. That has a huge amount of ramification going forward. A little bit of a nade landing. Tags up Holzerg only the tiniest bit. 1 round lead for Complexity, but presumably after this round, it's going to be all tied up. Won't be getting tapped away by Buzz.
Yeah, Buzz is impressing me in this B-bomb side. Up against the pistols for now, but giving away a kill too quickly, the round can fall apart, as we'll see them just locking them out. Running the clock down, removing players, denying access. This is pretty perfect so far. All they can really do is boost on the other side of the smoke and just hope they can find a kill here. 25 seconds now. Smoke goes down, but 3 CTs lying in wait. They would do very well to get close to this one.
Just absolutely shutting it down. You're right. 3 people showing up to defend. That ties up the game. And you know, now we almost know we have to revisit that problem of Complexity losing 6 rounds in a row at the end of the first half. Yeah, they do good to start the second half with, but now Astralis is starting to wake up a little bit more. Complexity having to struggle for the money. This is starting to look not exactly ideal for the last hope of North America.
The last hope.
The only
what about
hope.
EG? They're still in the tournament.
What about EG?
They're still in the tournament. Go on, say it.
Listen, I don't have to say it, Henry.
You don't. Yeah, you don't want to say it. Just scared to say it, Anders. That's why. You want to talk. You want to talk shit, but you won't actually say it. That's your problem.
Listen. EG who? Henry? I don't even know who they are. I don't even know who's on the lineup, Henry.
It's working.
They're not even in my.
Well, that's the thing, like, just to note as well, like, we are in the knockout round at this stage. So even with losing the opening 2 games, like EG did, if they win their 2 next ones, they can still make it to the top 6. So lots of CS still to be played here. We're up to day 9.
That would prove a lot. If EG could do that, I'd be very excited.
That would be unbelievable. Oh, hold on. We'll get into that later. That's a nice little run boost. Device getting himself ready for the opening frag once again. It's found him more often than not. And a rare miss.
Rare miss. And Stare engaged in some spam on the sandbag side there, hoping to get somebody absolutely taken down. So, start for Complexity. This is what you want to see.
Absolutely, considering how Device set himself up there, the run boost, the open shot, but Borup will pick up the pieces here. That's towards short, through the smoke.
JT's at 4 kills, and he just got down in this round. Now it's a little bit of an issue, I would say. Might need him to find a couple of lucky rounds for himself. Grim should have lost that fight. Buzz definitely had the advantage, but it's going to go the other way, and that makes it a 4 versus 3. And they're so far away. I don't even think Astralis will think about getting close to this one. They're probably going to want to save the money and just try and play for the next round. Well,
Complexity, I dare say, are quite lucky to win that round. Like I said, a rare miss from Device. That's a sort of shot he normally nails.
Yeah.
That was a bit of a, by his standards, not saying it's an easy shot for all, but by his standards, he normally hits those. He doesn't. Opening frag was found. They give one over in the form of JT, and you're right to kind of mention his name. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not a hater. I'm a JT fan. This game is not going well for him. He's 4 and 16. Next on the scoreboard is at 16 and 12. So does need to definitely wake up if he could find some form here. It doesn't matter at what stage in the map it comes in, but if we can find a couple of rounds where he could find an impactful frag, that could be enough, because it's still competitive. It's still 1 round in this. He can just hold his nerve.
That is the mentality that you probably have at a pro level, is even if it's been an awful game for me personally, I just really need the 1 round where I make the difference, and we can, it's all good. You know, I've had the impact that I need to have. And this is, yeah, I would say probably Buzz wins that fight against Grim almost every single of the time, because I don't think Grim's spray was even necessarily that impressive, but let's see.
So, Balzac boosted up to throw out specific smoke.
There we go. Put out, I think they put some pressure on the A side of the map.
That lands in elevators. It's from T-Spawn, that's ridiculous. Goes through the A side, goes through the window at A, and lands in the middle side of elevator.
I love it. These are the kind of things that are just fun to find and fun to look at. Nade down there. I think it goes a little bit too deep, unfortunately. 1 point of damage onto Elige. Classic boost over on this side. They're actually, look at the defense. They're pushed out of the B bomb side. This is wild for Astralis. They're hoping for a mid-take for Complexity so that they can shoot them. Oh, now they're pushing forward. This is a very unorthodox approach to how to defend the site. Oh, the spray! Stare! He was set up for a massive multi-kill. JT practically dies in the middle of it, and now Buzz is going to show up and shoot them in the back. It's a 3-man flank. You will never expect it. You're not ready for this. They're going to get the one.
Here we go!
JT! That's the round. He's still going to be going down, unfortunately. Because, again, you're not thinking there's going to be 3. The fact that he even looked for the second is a little bit surprising. but JT nearly won the round for his team.
That was the moment. The one we were just discussing, and is if he somehow wins that round for them, all is forgiven. The quiet performance is forgotten. And this is how they open things up. This boost towards B enables you to look for any mid players walking out there. You're vulnerable, of course. It's nice to have a player towards the B steps, but when it works out, it feels so damn good. And I think it has to be Eco at this stage. We will see an AK-47 in the hands of Floppy, trying to be the hero they need. He's a top fragger, 18 and 16. But Astralis have tied things up here, the boost. See if Floppy can get the opening frag. He did spot a player there, but still comes out on top. He did very well to recover that one.
Yeah, Buzz. He's got some backup now coming in. I think Blamer from the middle. Don't want to be fighting this too much on your own and wait for the flashbang, and I appreciate it. One thing you have to not do there is swing for the follow-up fight and get yourself killed for no reason. Keep it cool. I don't know where the AK is that Floppy was using. I'm guessing it's up on top of the stairs somewhere. Be hard for them to pick up, unfortunately.
Yeah, he was quite committed. There it is. Oh, nice.
A little thief.
We'll take that. Snatched away. And 1 minute left on the clock. Device will give himself a one-way at the A ramp. Excuse me.
Bless you, Henry.
Yeah, thank you for saying bless you. I never really got that concept. What does it even mean? I never say bless you to anyone, and they get annoyed by it.
Well, we'll dive into that later. JT goes down, Stair there to help out. Blame if it's a whole trio defending the B-bomb side, and it's worked out pretty well. 25 seconds here for Grim. Doesn't really feel like it was ever going to happen. Device will be taking him down at the end, and now Astralis are in the lead, Henry. 13-12.
I feel like they've done enough at this point. It felt like a bit of a death sentence after the dying stages of that first half. 6 rounds in a row for Astralis after recovering that 7-2 deficit. Sure, they lost the pistol in the first 4 rounds, but they've seemed like the better unit overall here. You can see where they picked the map. They've got some nice little setups, some set pieces, some lovely stacks we've seen on the CT side especially, and the absent JT, unfortunately, I think that's the difference maker for him. It's such a close game. You got one player who's 6 and 18. Like, he could just find a little bit more impact. I think they'd probably be winning this, but just not seeing it right now.
Yeah, he almost had that one round, but I don't think you're wrong. Sometimes it really can come down to a little bit more output in some of these rounds, and maybe it'll make a difference.
Well, the Galil for Floppy this time. Utility deployed towards B. Looks at that mid-split we talked about before. Nice HE there. Lots of damage done. JT takes a lot at the start, but continues his push. It'll be Floppy taken out of the equation first, and now JT trying to thread the needle towards CT spawn here. Good position, but his teammates are dropping.
Yes, they most certainly are. Buzz, double kill. Bomb drop a little bit further behind. Liege, I think just his little boots showing there. He's going to go down eventually, so now they have to go back to the stairs to pick up the bomb. I don't even need to get there at all. Just a great defense being put up here. Everyone from Astralis really chiming in. Buzz with the early double kill, making a big difference. But Astralis had 14 rounds, proving and showing why they picked this map.
Absolutely. They've picked up 6 rounds out of the last 7. They've got the one-way smokes. They've got the crossfires. They seem to have just a great understanding here. You can see why they have picked Vertigo today, even with the impressive T sides we know Complexity normally deliver. Yeah, they're not breaking through whatsoever here after winning the pistol. The first gun round due to compromised resources. It's been one-way traffic. We are going to see Device once again. Another grenade deployed perfectly down towards the Liege. He's got 40 points of health. The incendiary comes down as well. And it's going from bad to worse. This is a half buy as map point is on the table here for Astralis.
I think they've been bullying Elise in some of these rounds. He's had, on the second half, a much tougher time at finding any kind of an impact. Another set of nades landing to force them back into the waiting arms of the AWP, or the AK in this case. Grim. That's range with the Tech 9. I don't really know how he wins that fight. It is just Floppy back there, and Device is dancing to try and get out of that one. He's going to hit the shot, no problem.
To get out of that, like, he's like, I'll even reload in front of you. Let's just get this round over with. And there it is, map point for Astralis. 3 opportunities to close things out in regulation. It feels like they're going to do so. And they're not really giving up much at all here. Complexity are shrinking round by round. And I'm not feeling great for their chances here around number 28, but you never know. 3 in a row could happen, might happen.
Device on 25 kills.
That's what you love to see.
I won't lie, when he was off, you know, after the whole NIP affair was going on, Counter-Strike didn't feel quite the same. Something was missing.
Certainly.
And now that he's back, I feel more at home again. It does feel like we've really been missing his influence on the game. And the fact that he's even able to come back and play at this level is... There are not many players in the world that could do that.
Not many. Just a select few. And Device certainly is in that conversation. He will be finding the second frag as they look certain to close things out here, Anders. Their map pick. So far, so good. 2 kills remain as this in cruise control right now. Complexity, a good showing in the opening stages. 7-2 up. Looked like it was going to be their map. A chance of a 2-0 with Overpass up next as well. But sure, it's a close game, but the way they kind of rolled over in the second half, it's worrying as well. And with the in-game leader unable to frag in this particular showing, they're going to have quite the conversation in the pause between the second map here.
Which will be on Overpass, which we know that they're going to be pretty good on Complexity. So obviously we all want to see Nuke, given the way that the Vita worked out. So maybe we will get there. Grim and JT trying to salvage this particular round. It looks like it's absolutely impossible. JT put all the way down with that shot, and Buzzwood